Thanks for staying with us, everyone. We're making frantic efforts to connect with the spokesperson of the Anambra State House of Assembly, Honorable Ejike Okechukwu, who has agreed to join us on the program today. However, the Labour Party caucus in the National Assembly has now demanded a probe into the suspension of Honorable Bernard. They've called it hasty and unjust. Many Nigerians are also saying that this is a witch hunt rather than discipline. Reports say Honorable Udemuzue's suspension was triggered after he disclosed that lawmakers receive barely 10 million naira quarterly for constituency projects. Now, that's a big question as to how the House of Assembly members have been treated. He has an entire about 45 minutes live conversation he had on Facebook, some really raw expose of his own narrative of what had transpired, how the governor has treated them, certain things he mentioned that the governor has said, and how they can barely move motions of interest. According to him, they are demanded to move motion of commendation, and he's saying that his constituency has been long neglected, claiming that there's no bank in his constituency, no microfinance bank, and there's just one road, that enters into his constituency, no alternative routes, and that they have practically not seen the presence of government at all in his constituency. We have an excerpt of what is said online, and we're going to get reaction right after.
On the first meeting we had with the governor, what he told us was that we cannot impeach him, that he is the one who appointed the Chief Justice of the state, that if we impeach him, he will set up a committee to look into it, and that committee will be set by him, and he will appoint Glamour as the head of the committee. And then we can now imagine what the report of the committee will be if Glamour is the head of the committee. Glamour is the chief protocol or one-to-one to the governor. That you can't impeach him. He stripped us of our powers on the first
of the House ad. In that video, he mentioned that Labour Party members have about 8 representation in the House, but yet they could not field the minority leader of the Anambra House of Assembly. In other words, it's saying that the House of Assembly is a rubber stamp to Governor Charles Soludo. Huge allegations. We understand that the House of Assembly, via Honorable Ejike Okechukwu, has replied, disagreeing completely his position. He's also agreed to join us on this program today. We're having difficulty connecting with him. If that's false, we expect him or other member of the House to tell India Anambra and Nigerians exactly how much lawmakers receive quarterly for constituency projects. He went ahead, by the way, to say that his colleague members have been stealing from their constituents, that the monies they receive have not trickled down to members of the constituent. Honorable Ejike Okechukwu is on phone right now. He's member representing Anaucha 2. He's also chairman House Committee on Media and Publicity. I'm sure you overheard your colleague there saying that Mr. Governor has his hand on this House of Assembly, that you guys can't do anything without him. You can't move motions of interest, only motion of commendation. You can't impeach him, and he decides what you do. How exactly do you react?
Thank you. Good evening. You see, the position of my friend and my colleague, Honorable Bernard Udemezue, that were the acts of commendation to the governor. One was my own motion, where I commended the governor for employing 8,150 teachers within in less than 2 years of his assumption of office. The second motion of commendation was that during the governor's last year birthday celebration, where one of us moved a motion congratulating him on his birthday. Every other motion, I personally had done not less than 10 motions in the last 1 year in that House of Assembly, and now a commendation. In fact, one of the motions I moved, calling on the governor to direct the commissioner for works to start with immediate effect the contract that was abandoned by the previous administration construction of Abana Boundary and the Nemo Road. That road was flagged off last month by the governor because of the motion I moved on the floor of the House. I can go on and on and on and on. The ones that are done at, what they call it, the roads that were done by the governor at Yokboko, some of them were products of motions moved by my colleague on the Nobile. In fact, it is a lie. Let me just stop here to take more of your questions.
Yes, Honorable Okechukwu. So that's the bone of contention. You have roads, but your colleague says his constituency only has one road that leads in and outside his community. No banks, not even a microfinance bank. According to him, there's absolutely no presence of government or governance in his community.
A contractor to the House and ask him questions why he is doing the study job. The governor cannot be everywhere at the same time. So the guy just spoke from two sides of his mouth. On one of the videos, he said that the roads, that the contracts awarded by the governor, that they were just touching the roads. On the other one, he said that no contract has been awarded. Is he not a confused human being? Can tell you authoritatively that he doesn't know what he is saying.
Let us quickly talk on the constituency project. Is it true that you get 10 million naira on a quarterly basis?
The constituency project, it is constitutional. What is captured in our both the budget and whatever is constituency empowerment, not constituency project. It is a sum of money mapped out for members to empower the downtrodden, to assist in payments of the school fees of the people that couldn't, the constituents that couldn't pay their school fees, to empower some that into at least people that can learn skills and empower them and do some little things because, excuse me, there is nothing much 10 million naira can do. No project 10 million naira can do for a House of Assembly.
Exactly the point. And if transparency is not a problem, will you commit on this program to open up the exact figure so that this controversy can be put to rest?
I said that the exact figure is 10 million naira. It is not hidden. It is not hidden. But what I'm telling you is that he misconstrued it because he doesn't come to section. Excuse me, he doesn't come to section. He doesn't even know what is going on in the assembly. That fund is meant for minor empowerment because House of Assembly members are not supposed to be doing projects. It is for minor empowerment of our constituents or minor digging of boreholes where they don't cost much or renovating some health facilities. It is not per se for large projects because the money cannot do it. And all these funds are promptly retired upon usage.
You have defended this House by saying that what happened is an internal disciplinary matter. Some have said that he didn't get fair hearing. He has also claimed that he has not been given fair hearing before his suspension was announced. Critics, however, argue that the assembly has become a rubber stamp for the executive. I'm wondering precisely how you respond to those who say the Anambra House rarely challenges Governor Soludo and that this suspension reinforces that stance.
Okay, let me tell you emphatically.
But checking their excesses. For instance, your critics point to the 2024 local government law passed by this assembly, which was seen as undermining the Supreme Court's ruling on local government autonomy. Was that not an example of subordinating the legislature's role to the executive's political interests?
What we all have to understand is that Section 7 of the 1998 Constitution gives the House of Assembly the powers to regulate what happens in the local government. And such powers, the local government law we passed is part of the powers given to us by the 1999 Constitution. And that powers, or whatever thing the law we passed, has in no way undermined the judgment of the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court said that all local government funds should go directly to the local government. And nobody is questioning that. Nobody is contesting that. We do our oversight. I am a member of the House Committee on Local Government and Chieftaincy Matters. We constantly oversight the local government. Now, let me tell you what the law says. A section of the law says that there are common interests, areas of common interest. For example, let's look at it. Before now, civil servants, teachers, health workers, they were being transferred from one local government to another. And who pays among the local governments? Who now pays for the services rendered by a civil servant after 35 years of service and retirement? Which of the local governments will now pay the pension and the gratuity of such a person? Right. Retired teacher, the point of the suspension. If not for the want of time, I will read out what he attacked me personally. And he constantly attacks me whenever he is on his live videos. He attacks almost all the members of the House. He accused us of plotting impeachment of the governor. That is only the figment of his own imagination.
All right.
He can't point out one person or two persons that were part of that impeachment plan. So he accused us, accused the government. In fact, what we did was not because of whatever exposition. All right. Because it is a record in the public domain. Nobody is exposing nothing.
All right.
But he should act honorably as an honorable member. An honorable member shouldn't be seen going outside, fighting in the public. An honorable member shouldn't be seen beating a young lady in public.
All right.
An honorable member shouldn't be seen beating a security man inside Unizik.
Good place to leave it. Honorable Ejike Okichukwu is the Chairman House Committee on Media and Publicity. Thank you so much for talking to us on the program this evening. That's our show today. You can watch this conversation again at midnight and 6 a.m.